Hi, everybody. Welcome to the next week of Freaky Friday. Um, First off, I wanted to apologize for how late this video is going up, but I wanted to try something different. I wanted to try recording this late at night and releasing it late at night and make it all spooky. All right, let's get this started. Today's story is something that actually happened to me. This is my scary story, and I hope you all enjoy it. The story starts when I was in middle school. So 12, 13 area-ish. I was hanging out with one of my friends at the time, and he asked me if over the summer if I'd like to spend the night with him. Have a long night camping kind of hangout. We'd camp outside of his house, have a hammock, all the fun things. And of course I was like, yes, please, let's do it. Let's go. So weekend comes and I go over and he's super excited. I'm super excited. It's going to be a great night. Sorry. It's going to be a great 3 nights because I'm having the whole weekend, Friday night to Monday morning. So we're hanging out. It's about 5 o'clock when I first get there. We hang out, we run around, we play outside, we play inside, we play some games, and we just have a blast. Just great time. And when night comes, he asks me, he goes, "Hey, how do you feel about scary stuff?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm the best at handling scary stuff," which I wasn't. I was I could not handle horror and scary stuff when I was a kid. You'd mention hearing something in the middle of the night, and I wouldn't be able to sleep for a week. It was so bad. But I started getting better around middle school area, and I wonder if this is why. So he tells me about a scary story that he heard. I can't remember the story exactly, but it was about how if you walk down his street at night, apparently you can see a woman at the end of the light. If you go from which, think about it now, it doesn't make any sense. Because the story is, if you stand at one end of the street, all the way down at the end of the other one, you can see a woman. And thinking about it, there was a curve to the street, so I don't really know how that would work. Anyway, so him telling me that story freaked me out. But I was like, I ain't letting him see me be scared. No way. So we went to bed, and he clocks out for it. He is out. And I'm sitting there laying down, and I'm just like, oh, man, that story messed me up. But it's okay. It's okay. 3 nights, I can do this. And the first night really freaked me out. Because up where I live, because we're in the base of the canyon, it gets really windy. But because of where we're at, we're protected by the mountain. So the wind doesn't get extremely bad, if that makes sense. But this night, while I was laying there, the wind was banging against the window. It was shaking the window. And it was so funny. I remember looking at the window and thinking, man, that's a horror stereotype. The wind is so strong against the window that it looks like it's going to break it. And I really started to pay attention to the wind. And the wind was so strong, it sounded like howling. Like, I guess howling isn't the right word. It sounded like screaming, like blood-curdling screams. And when I heard it, I was like, it's just the wind. It's just the wind. But in the back of my scared brain, I couldn't help but remember the story he told me about the woman at the end of the street. And it was freaking me out. I was like, what if somebody tried to do it tonight and like they saw her and now she's angry, you know? So eventually I fall asleep because I'm not good at staying up. I wasn't. I am now. But I wasn't before. And I passed out so fast. So I wake up. I ask him about it. I was like, hey, did you hear anything? Did you see anything? And he goes, no, dude, I was out. Like, he was out like a light. And so I was like, all right, you know, it's just my imagination. If he didn't hear it, if I didn't hear his parents moving around upstairs, there's no way that was something. It's just in my head. So we hang out Saturday morning. We go and play games. We go and hang out with my best friend. We hang out with him for a little while. Then we go over hang out with this friend's best friend. It's really complicated. All right. This friend's name is Duncan. So we were hanging out with Duncan, and then we went and hung out with Duncan's best friend. Ugh, it's getting me nervous. And we are out just playing hard. Like, he had a bunch of like Nerf guns. And so we were running around shooting each other. He had Nerf swords, stuff like that. Like Halloween swords that we could use. And we just ran around playing with them. And it was all day. Night comes. We are exhausted. And we go downstairs. And he lays down. He turns on TV. And I'm laying down on the couch. And he clocks out first. Then I close my eyes and I fall asleep. However, I think it was late, like probably like 1 a.m. The wind started howling again. Just loud. And it sounded like it was right in my ears. And so I throw my head up and I'm looking around. And I'm like, oh, it's just the wind. I'm okay. It's okay. And I lay back down and I shudder. You know that feeling when like someone's behind you and you can feel like someone's there? That was there, but for the entire room. Like, I was laying face up and it felt like any direction that I turned, something was behind me. And I didn't, like, thinking about it, it makes my skin crawl. Like, I don't like that feeling. And I'm laying there and I'm freaking out. My heart is just thumping in my chest, just thump, 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 thump. And I stop because behind the couch in the corner, thank the gods I couldn't see, because I probably would have screamed if something was actually in there. Oh, it's making my skin crawl. In the left corner, I heard breathing. And I was like, okay. He has a dog. You know, it might just be the dog. It could be. And then I stopped. Because it wasn't normal breathing. No, of course it wasn't. Of course it couldn't just be normal. It was straining. Like, let's see if I can kind of copy it. It sounded like... like that. Like it... Oh, I'm getting teary-eyed. It freaked me out. Uh, so I am laying on the couch, and that is in the corner. It didn't stop. It just kept going over and over again. Just and I didn't get any sleep that night. Oh my God. I was up all night looking at the ceiling. And I had the blanket come up to my chest, and I was just, okay. It's there. And if I make a move for it, I'm dead. It is in the corner of the room. If I get up and I grab him, it'll see us and we're dead. I cannot move. Night continues, and it is just constant. It is right there in the left corner, breathing, and I hate. Night comes, I hear his parents walking around upstairs, and I jump out of bed, run upstairs, and I go, "Hey, could you come downstairs with me?" And his dad looks at me and goes, "What's wrong, kiddo?" And I was like, "Hey, I'm a little I'm embarrassed to say this, but I kind of got really scared last night because I thought I heard breathing in the corner of the room. Could you come downstairs and take a look for me?" And the dad laughs very boisterously. He's like, "There's nothing down there, kiddo. All right, let's go take a look for you." And he comes down with me. And he walks me over to the corner where I said I heard it. And he starts like swiping at the air and goes, "See, there's nothing." And he stops. He goes, "Man, the window must have been, it's really cold right here. Holy crap." Anyway, and he just went upstairs. And I was like, "That's not right. That's not right. The corner shouldn't be cold." And so we went outside again, me and Duncan. And because it was Sunday, we went out to, we have a reservoir up here by me. And so we went over there and we swam there all day. Just swam. We went out to the Bowies, which was a very stupid idea because if one of us got a leg cramp, we were dead. We swam out there a few times, coming back and forth, and it was fantastic. It was a fun night, well, fun day. And then night came. We go downstairs, and he turns on TV. And I lay down, and he lays down. And he looks at me, he goes, "You're not going to hear voices tonight, are you?" And I go, "No, you little shit. No, I'm not." And so we watched TV for a little while. And sure enough, we both fall asleep. Oh, fuck. I wake up again. I wake up again to the sound of the wind. And at this point, it sounds like blood curdling. Like it sounds like the Legend of a Banshee. You know, that scream. That it's loud. It's guttural. It's horrifying. And I'm sitting there, and as soon as I pop my head off of the pillow, I immediately go back down because the last time this happened, I heard breathing in the corner. So I lay back down. And I'm staring at the ceiling, and I'm like, where is it? I heard it last night. It didn't move, so I doubt it's going to move again. Where is it? And then I heard it right in my left ear. Like something was standing right next to me, just in my ear, just. And I remember I froze. I didn't breathe. And then I saw a hand come over and be placed on the back of the couch. And then the other hand. And I see it flex and start moving like it's hoisting something up. And from the left side of my face, from my left eye, out the corner of my eye, I see two piercing white eyes. Well, I guess I see the white of the eyes. And it moves until it's directly over me, looking me in the eyes. And where the irises are is two just black holes. So you can see the white of the retinas, right, or whatever. But where the iris is and like where the color of your eye is just black. And so it looks like it goes into its skull. And it is just staring at me. And I just started flailing. I started screaming. It woke him up. It woke up Duncan. And all of a sudden I could hear his parents running from upstairs. And this thing crawls just like a fucking spider up the wall. And it stares at me for a second. And I am panicking. I am screaming. I am flailing around. And I just stop and I look at it. And my heart is just racing. And it cracks its head to the right. Like it looks fucking confused. And it cracks. And then it's gone. And they come in there like, what happened? What happened? And I told them what I saw. And I told them what happened. And Duncan and his parents are like, oh, you're crazy. You're insane. Not that didn't happen. You're just having a bad dream. Go back to bed. And they kept telling me I was insane and I was crazy. When my parents came and got me, they were pulling out of the driveway. My parents were like, hey, did you have a good time? And I was like, yeah, I had a blast, lying because I didn't have fun. And I look at the house, and in the top right window, there is a hand pressed up against the window. And as I'm driving away, it slinks down behind the curtains. I never talked to Duncan after that. I never even went near that fucking house again. And I haven't since. It is a street behind me. And I still haven't gone near that house. Moral of the story is, be careful when you're visiting other people and you don't know the history of a house. Because some spooky shit could happen. Just be careful out there, okay, guys? I really want you guys to be safe. Anyway, that's all I got for today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it's extra spooky because it's nighttime. And I'll see you in the next one, okay? Bye, guys. Hey, guys. Sorry to bug you. Sorry to, take away from the scares. But I just wanted to give a huge shout out to the new people who joined over on Patreon. They are Dagger Cat and Small Baby Werewolf. Thank you guys so much, and I really appreciate any and all support you guys show. I love you all, and that surprise is coming. Bye, guys.